Hello, and welcome back to the developer sessions here at EGX 2018. This next session is going to sneak up behind you and put a load of information into the back of your skull. So, to tell you all about Hitman 2, please welcome IOI operative Sven to the stage.
That's the introduction video.
Random events, accidents, countless possibilities, converging at a single point in time. Yet there is only one truth: cause, effect. We live in a world of assassins. And the best of them all is Agent 47.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, EGX? All cool? Good show so far? Okay. So, before we do anything here, can I get a show of hands if anybody of you played a Hitman game before? Or a Hitman, oh my god. Okay, that makes my job a lot easier. So, but just as a quick reminder, Hitman is a stealth action game, a third-person stealth action game, where you are taking the role of Agent 47, the world's deadliest assassin. And, you know, you travel the globe, you take out high-profile targets. And we're actually very happy to have him back. We introduced Hitman 2 this year at E3, and we did that by showing one of the first locations you're about to travel to, which is Miami, Florida, where you have to take out two targets, Robert and Sierra Knox. And ever since then, people are very curious about where you do travel next. Can you show us more? And we are very secretive about that, as always, with a good reason. But maybe, just maybe, I have a little surprise for you at the end of this thing. But just as a quick reminder, let's look at the assassin's mindset.
In Hitman 2, stealth is key if you want to avoid being captured. Lucky for you, our all-new innovations will help you avoid detection and put your targets 6 feet in the dirt. The mini-map helps you track your victims in real time and also alerts you to potential threats, like when your identity's been compromised.
Stand still!
Or when you're being hunted by local security forces. And one of the quickest ways to get caught is by security cameras, which can jeopardize your mission, even when you're deep, deep undercover. Helpful grids now show you exactly what the cameras see, so steer clear or risk getting snagged.
Keep those hands behind your head.
Okay, you messed up, but on long missions, it can be hard to keep track of how you messed up. That's where picture-in-picture comes in. It alerts you to important events as they happen, providing you with crucial context to help you plan your next move. Next time, put the body in the dumpster. Have you ever wondered how the mind of an assassin works? We're excited to watch you find out in Hitman 2.
That collector's edition sure looks sweet. All right, so the next big thing I want to talk about is our world of Assassination. We announced that 2 or 3 weeks back for the very first time, and it's actually a very, very big step for us as a studio. But I could stand here for hours now and talk about that. That's why I thought, hey, I brought a trailer. You guys love trailers, right? So, hit it.
Paris. Kaido, Sapienza. We loved creating these, and all of our Hitman Season 1 missions as much as we hope you enjoyed exploring them, which is why we're happy to announce that all these missions will be made available to play within Hitman 2, and updated with all the new features and improvements of our new game. This will define the past, present, and future of Hitman. This is the world of Assassination. Hitman 2 is our most ambitious game in the Agent 47 universe yet, and the world of Assassination ensures that all our new features across AI, combat, gameplay items, graphics improvements, and new game modes will be available across all of Season 1 content as well. Stun an embassy guard with a flash grenade. Blend into the fashion crowd to avoid watchful eyes. Sneak up on your prey in new ways. Use a dart gun to avoid collateral damage. Remember to stay clear of mirrors. And use your new briefcase to smuggle illegal items, like a sniper rifle. Challenge our new combat AI. Get vital information, and enjoy higher character fidelity and better looking crowds. As we improve Hitman 2, we improve all of the world of Assassination. Everything from Season 1 onward will now live under one ever-expanding roof. With fresh concepts and live content being consistently released to the community. It's not just about adding new missions. New game modes will be expanded as well. And our recently introduced Sniper Assassin mode will receive new maps alongside the main game, giving you even more ways to creatively eliminate your targets. Finally, as a big thank you for your support, Season 1 owners will get all the remastered and enhanced Season 1 locations for free. Here at IO Interactive, we're incredibly excited about the world of Assassination. It's a brave new adventure for us, and we look forward to sharing more details soon. From Paris in Hitman Season 1, all the way to the end of Hitman 2, it's one continuous experience. It's a world that will never stop growing, and never stop challenging you.
All right. Pretty cool, huh? So what that means is actually everything from now on that will be released in the Hitman universe will live under one roof. Meaning we're starting out with the remastering of the Season 1. So when you fire up Hitman 2 and you start it up, and you already own Season 1 because you already played it before, you can download all the remastered stuff for free, and you have all in one timeline. So you can play from the start, from Paris, all the way to the end of Hitman 2, or maybe Hitman 3, you know, whatever that comes. But what does it actually mean, remastering Season 1? Well, it means that we put all of the new features from Hitman 2 in the previous game. And I have a little video to show you what that actually looks like. Okay, so we're starting out in Paris. And when you feel the need of bringing a sniper rifle to the party, you had to carry it around on your back, which is, you know, trouble in most cases.
Not another step. Oh, look at him. So pant. Yeah, get him, Steve. Next time, Steve.
Okay, so with Hitman 2, we brought back a fan favorite, the briefcase. Oh, there's one fan. Right, what this means, you can take the briefcase, bring it to Paris, put your sniper rifle in there, and, you know, walk around unnoticed, especially in this very powerful disguise right now, because we're wearing the coat of Helmut Kruger, if that name rings a bell. But the cool thing about it, it's not just only for a sniper rifle, because we turned it up a notch. So you can smuggle all sorts of items in there, and you can use it as a distraction. You can throw it over a fence. You can have items smuggled for you by a security guard. So it's a pretty cool device. Next example is how cameras work. This is how it's right now in Hitman 2016. So you pass a camera, you get a little notification, and that's that. In our Legacy pack, you actually get a picture-in-picture notification now, as you do in Hitman 2. And if you hit your instinct, you actually see a camera grid on the floor that tells you where to go or where not to go. Another addition is blending into crowds. So our crowds are not just eye candy anymore, they're actually a gameplay element. So every time you hide in a crowd, you get this white circle indicating to you, okay, I'm safe. Another example how we handle cameras is here in Bangkok. So cameras work in two different ways. Here we're entering a trespassing zone, as you can see down there on the map. Meaning there's one guy on the monitor actually seeing you walking by the camera and go like, what the hell? We have to send some securities down there. So you have to be extra careful now if you pass a camera. So you're not only getting recorded, but you also have guards on you.
Don't move. Can't be here, sir. Okay. Don't move.
This is really exciting. So this is our Colorado level from our previous game. And we actually went back and we added all sorts of foliage. So plants, bushes, and all that good stuff. But not only for the reason of, looking beautiful, but we added actually another gameplay element to it. So this is how it looks in the remastered version. And this, you can actually now hide in the bushes, which adds a really, really cool gameplay element. It's not just about you hiding in the bushes as well. Of course, you can drag bodies on that. You can store weapons in there. It's very exciting. Peekaboo. All right, another cool thing is we have working mirrors. Doesn't sound like much, but it's actually pretty cool. So mirrors work now in a way that you can see the AI, but the AI also sees you in the mirror. So you have to be extra careful around these things. Another example of our picture-in-picture system is here, where we do a good old vacuum cleaner distraction, and you actually get a picture-in-picture notification about what guard you're distracting. You also bring new items from Hitman 2 into the previous game, like flashbangs. Or concussion grenades, if you want to take out 3 guards at the same time, but don't want to kill them. Here's a quick example. We also amped up our combat AI, so these guys are much smarter now. They try to flank you, they try to outsmart you. They generally give you a much more hard time, I would say. Especially dressed up as a clown. All right, looking good? Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so next week, we're actually going to reveal our next location that you're going to travel after Miami, which is Colombia. But I thought, hey, it's EGX, and you guys are pretty cool, and maybe you guys want to have a sneak peek into Colombia. You up for that? Cool. Me too. So let's go to Colombia. As you can already see, it's vastly different to Miami. So Miami was all about colors, brightness, really friendly environment, to speak. And Colombia is quite the opposite. We have this sort of a overcast mood, which actually looks pretty awesome. You might notice this in some of the shots that we have a very cool lighting system. So the lighting in the jungle actually changes a lot. And now you probably understand why I talked about all these bushes and stuff in Colorado. That's the reason why. I can't say too much yet about what you're actually going to do there, but, I mean, it's Colombia, and maybe if some of the Hitman hardcore fans are in here, the Delgado family might ring a bell. So Agent 47 goes after the Delgado drug cartel in a pretty big way. And these shots are all from our massive jungle area, which looks quite beautiful and really stunning. And if I'm correct, there are actually some people here who worked on this lovely level, aren't there? Don't be shy. You're amazing. So yeah, imagine 47 hiding in the bushes, dragging bodies in there. It's gonna be really awesome, guys. The funny thing is, like, I played this level now so many times, as you can imagine, and I still get lost in the jungle, so good job, guys. But we have sort of this reputation about creating, you know, not the smallest levels. So, of course, we not only have the jungle. I'm going to show you a little bit about a village called Santa Fortuna as well. Which, I mean, you can sort of imagine that the drug cartel and the village are somehow connected, or maybe it's not the best environment to live in. Although, it looks kind of nice. I would definitely hang out there. So again, I mean, it's very important for us that we create these exotic locations, but also we're a lot about contrast, like with Miami or now Colombia. But it's also about contrast within the levels itself, as you have, like you see here, you have a village sort of area, but you also have a jungle. And you also have a lot of more stuff that I'm actually not showing here, but rest assured, it's a massive level with a lot of cool stuff to discover. And the music you're hearing is actually from the level, so you can imagine it's a bit more intense. Yeah, this is like it's the local water hole where people hang out, have some beers or other things. Yeah, and we got coca fields. I don't know if some of you is, you know, into that sort of fabrication, manufacturing of drugs, but this is how it looks like. This is another very massive area of the game, or of this level. Cool thing about it is that these plants also grow in different heights, so you have to be mindful about that as well. All right. That's all I can say for now. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I mean, again, be on the lookout next week. It's going to be a pretty awesome trailer, which shows you a lot more than I did, but I think it's the best I could do. Okay, so the really cool part about these sessions, for me at least, is opening the floor for Q&As. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. So if any of you have any questions related to Hitman or my shady past, you are more than welcome to hit the mic right there.
Hello? Hello.
Hi there.
I was wondering, throughout the series you keep flirting with the idea of actually tampering with security. Throughout the series you can't actually hack the security, like direct the guards, maybe use the cameras differently. You keep having maybe target-specific objectives that actually tamper with security, but there isn't a system that lets you actually subvert it and try to put more creative uses to it. Is this a design decision, or are you actually testing the water?
That was actually a design decision, but it's a very interesting angle you're taking here. I mean, of course, we have our security system in place in that regard that you're being filmed by camera and all that stuff that I talked about earlier, but you always have the opportunity to erase your security footage, right? And delete all that stuff. And that's where we are at the moment. But the things you mentioned are definitely interesting and definitely something we're looking into. And that's also the beauty of our game, right? I mean, we release on November 13th, but we see it as the starting point. We're going to introduce new game modes, we're going to introduce new features, and maybe that's something we're going to look into in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Wait, hold a second. By the way,
Sorry.
you get some nice stuff from us. Agent 47, I think, has some presents for you. I think you can choose between a keyboard and a fiber wire. It's free, you don't have to buy it. All right. Okay, next up.
Hello. In the 2016 edition, you had elusive targets. Are they back for the second one?
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to bring them back in a much bigger way, actually. And I think you will like the first one we're going to introduce soonish, and I think you pretty much like that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
This is very unsettling.
No pressure.
With the Colombia level, is there going to be a certain area which is going to be very, very difficult to get into?
Oh, yeah. Like, very difficult.
Is it going to be as difficult as in the first game? Because that drove me insane.
So you are a hardcore fan. Well, I mean, of course, we don't want to frustrate players, right? But as I said earlier, there's a good amount of areas that we didn't show in this little sneaky peek. But this specific area that I have in mind will definitely cater to your wishes.
Fabulous. Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, so exciting. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey there.
Right, so Hitman lets you basically kill people with exploding golf balls, with, thank you, with good old The Wire, the classic, drowning in the loo if all else fails. Have there ever been any deaths that you thought, right, we won't include those, or we won't develop those as a mechanic in the game because they're either too cliched or they're actually just too ridiculous? Or has there never been any kind of way of murdering someone? That sounds really awful. That you think, yeah, that's fine. Any way is possible.
Well, in the game, we can put people into wood chippers and turn them on. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we're pretty much, how to put this, we have a lot of ideas, right?
Okay.
And we don't see it as ridiculous or cliche. It just has to feel good. It has to feel, you have to have a good feeling about this when you do this, when you accomplish something. So that's sort of the mantra we're taking to this. So we never think about, oh, that's too cruel, or oh, that's too cliche. We think, is it cool or not?
I guess it's all the way about kind of making it feel right with the environment that you're in.
Exactly. That's another important point, right?
Cool. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hello.
Hey there.
Big fan of 47. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Okay. Is there any chance at all that the older games are going to come on this new mechanic? Because I love Absolution.
You love Absolution. So, I mean, of course, we're laser focused now on Hitman 2, what comes beyond, and all the live content and whatnot. But the beauty of the world of Assassination is exactly tinkering with this thought that you just said. We now have the opportunity to maybe go back and look at these things and try to, how does it fit into this world, right? I can't say like, yes, we're going to do it, but it's of course something awesome that we're looking into, but let's see what happens. Okay. But you would be up for it, I guess. Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hey, man. Hi.
With Hitman 2016, you followed like a release schedule where you released levels at a time, but I'm pretty sure with Hitman 2 you're not doing that. Can you talk about why?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So the episodic model for 2016 Hitman was super successful for us. And what it did for us, or for the players as well, is, I mean, Hitman has been around for a long time, so several generations are actually playing Hitman now. And Hitman is a lot about replayability. And I think the episodic model did sort of re-educate players on what a Hitman game is all about, because we gave you this massive location, and then you were stuck with it for a month, right? But then people started to realize, oh, holy hell, I can spend like 20 hours in these locations, and I'm still haven't, you know, I didn't do anything yet, everything yet. And with that in mind, we also had our live content supporting it afterwards, right? And we sort of, with Hitman 2, we went for an approach where we wanted to have the best of both worlds, meaning we're having the full campaign story mode available at start, so you can play through all the story locations, but we also have a massive live content plan afterwards. So we're going to have the full campaign locations for you available at the start, but even bigger live content model that follows afterwards. So it's sort of the best of both worlds scenario. And that's why we went for that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a quick question, because I know that Hitman, the first game, came out on Game Pass recently. I just want to know, will you be able to play the first levels if you only have them on Xbox Game Pass?
You talk about the remastered stuff?
No, I'm talking about the Hitman Season 1 that came out on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think in August. Would you have to own the game fully, or would you only have to use
No, the Game Pass totally suffice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hi there.
Hey there. Nice shirt.
Thank you very much. I'm interested to know how you come up with these scenarios for 47, you know, the different locations, what your inspirations are as a team, and how long it takes you to come to those decisions.
Oh, wow. The thing is, I mean, it usually starts out with a story framework. So we look at the story and we try to make sense of, you know, what would be a cool place for 47 to travel to. And from a design point of view, it's always about 47 is the ancient fantasy is in the middle of it, meaning that you get to visit places that you wouldn't as a mere mortal, right? So that's one component. And then we also want to make it fun, of course. So when we settle on a location, we actually, there's a small group of people per level that are starting this process. And they start this by doing very broad strokes and then sort of deduct it down to stuff like, okay, what are the targets in this level? What are the possible disguises in this level? And another big question that we always ask us, because we're doing this stuff for so long now that we sort of developed our own language. And one of the most important questions we always ask is, what could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? And also, it's also about the characters, the support characters, meaning, and there's another big question we always ask us is, what is this guy doing here? What is his purpose? Why is he here in the first place? So in general, it's a very chaotic sort of ride to get there, But that's also the beauty of the game, because we have this complete freedom of approach. So as the player in development, we have to tackle this from all angles as well.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't touch that. Hiya.
Hey.
Hiya. I was curious, how do you go through a thought process of these assassinations and how they're going to take place? Do you put feelers out and speak with people, or...
Yeah, we put advertisements in newspapers and just look for people who want to...
this is it. I mean, where do your ideas come from? Is there any inspiration? Or?
It comes from a lot of places. I mean, actually, a lot comes from the level design itself, you know. It's not like we have everything in place when we start designing the level. It's like, it's a process. Like, for Miami, for instance, that's a pretty cool story around that. Maybe you saw it in the Mindset video. So there's like a upper bar, sort of VIP area. And when you go up the stairs, there were some huge disco balls. And they weren't there before, because one of the lighting guys said, hey, wouldn't it be cool to have these massive globes there, and then we put lights on it, and everything is shiny and blinky, and it looks awesome? Like, yeah, that's great. But then the level designer stepped in and was like, yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if you're able to shoot these things and drop it on someone's head? And that's sort of like, you know, the process that we're going through.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, geez.
Hi there, it's been a while.
Hello, sir.
Probably you are going to States from here. I'm going to be flying to Colombia this evening, so... I was wondering what I'm receiving in these collector's editions.
Ah!
Because, yeah, I'll be there waiting for a week for the delivery to start the mission, so...
Well, good sir, what you're about to receive is, you get a game in a nice steelbook. You get a nice rubber ducky. I think you're kind of familiar with that.
To distract us, yeah.
To distract people, yeah. There's also a coin in there.
Flipping out, yeah.
Yeah, to fling out a coin,
It is fine, yeah.
There's also a keychain in there, which has a bullet on it, you know, as a last resort.
Nice one, yeah. Sometimes I need that.
Yeah. And it all comes in this very cool gun case replica that you could put to use as well, right?
Nice one.
And if you get this collector's editions, you actually are able to play this game a little bit earlier.
I'm not playing games here.
You're not playing games? All right.
That's all. I'll see you in the headquarters.
Yes, I see you later, sir. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. It's been a real pleasure. On that note, actually, I'm pretty sure all the guys are watching now in Copenhagen. Me and you. So why don't we give all these lovely, amazing, talented people a quick round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can we also have a big round of applause for Sven for giving us a really great presentation and answering all of your questions. Thank you for those. Thanks for everyone being in the audience. And of course, thanks to everyone who's watching online. Keep your eyes on the developer sessions here at EGX 2018. Next up, we've got Rich Ledbetter from Digital Foundry talking about NVIDIA, RTX, and the future of graphics. You do not want to miss it. But whatever you do, have a lovely rest of the day. See ya.